भैरव काली के नमोस्तुते ओम नमो भैरवाय नमो नमः ओम नमो भैरवाय स्वाहा जय माद्या जय माद्या जय माद्या good afternoon one and all. Another day, another video, thanks to her. So today I wanted to address the topic on how to start sadhana of Ma Kali. For a second, let's just keep all the Diksha and all the Bijas aside. Let's just get to the basics on how to start sadhana of Ma. So, when you think of it, you're saying Ma Kali. You're treating her as a mother, the divine mother, right? So, the best way, in my opinion, is to learn from a small baby, an infant, and the mother. Let's get to this. Why? So, to understand this, we need to understand the Triguna, the Sattvic, the Rajasic, and the Tamas. The Sattvic state is where a newborn baby, a small child, right? Lovable, cute. And coming to the Rajasic Guna is when you achieve all the grandeur, the glory, everything that you karmically supposed to. And everybody has this notion, a bad notion for tamas, that tamas is bad, it's the decline phase or anything. But you need to understand, this is your life. You're born and then someday you die. The birth of a baby inside the womb, the 9 month period, is tamas. And at the end, when you finally leave, when your jiva leaves the physical body, that is tamas too. No, both ends are tamas. And even in between your life, there is a lot of tamas in between, where nothing works, life becomes smashan, tamas. So why were we discussing about tamas? So when a baby is born from the womb, this is the initial phase of Ma entering your life. She wouldn't enter unless there is all unless you've experienced the smashan phase. Why smashan phase is important? Because unless you get rid of all your identities, smashan is basically death of what? Death of your identities. I'm this, I'm so. You identify with all the physical things which gave you a tag. That is all there, they're all important, okay, but you don't indulge in it. When the death of identity happens, smashan, tamas, ma enters your life. Same thing. Let's compare both. This is you. This is a small baby. The small baby comes out of the womb, comes out of tamas, and the mother takes care of the baby. Baby doesn't know how to talk, what the baby wants, what she wants, but the mother would know. The baby would keep on crying, thinking of, you know, maybe when baby is hungry or the discomfort. Mother understands everything. How? Motherly instinct. Same thing. So when you start your sadhana, it's the initial phase where you haven't done that conscious connection with mind, but still, because you've just come out of smashan or still in smashan, the phase of smashan, amidst all the things that's happening in your life, the chaos, the noise, the pain, the desperation, you would find warmth at her feet. An unknown warmth. That is the first connection being done. Just like the baby making connection with the mother, In the same way, you start making the connection with the Divine Mother. Important during Tamas, the Smashanic activities. Then comes the phase two, when the baby slowly starts talking, calling Ma. You mispronounce a lot of words, but still, the mother loves you. Why do you think it's different with the divine mother? Namjap is everything. Be it, you can call her Ma or Kali or even Ka or Adya. It's just Ma at the end of the day, right? Call her. Even if you pronounce something wrong in between the Nama mantra, that's okay. You're still a small baby. The whole Trimurtis and the entire realm of deities do not know her of her origin. She's that old. You might be some 20, 30, 40 years old, but still, you're a baby for her. Getting it? So don't be afraid of pronunciation if I'm getting it right. Just fall. Just fall in love with her. And I don't know if you've noticed with this, uh, the toddler phase of the child, where I've done it with my mother, and I've seen a lot of my younger cousins growing up doing the same thing as well. Where when you buy some toys to the baby, the toddler, especially something a kitchenware toys, they would pretend like they are cooking, and they would go to the mother and be like, they would feed their mother, telling Ma, eat, I made this roti for you. You know, the pure innocence. It's not that she's actually making something and you're seeing the taste of the salt. This had to be there, this had to, you don't care. When the small baby says, Ma, I've done it for you, will you taste it for me? The whole world stops at the moment for the mother. Her whole concentration is on the baby, related to the divine mother. Here, the toys, everything was provided by you, the mother, the parents. Same thing. What can you offer to the Divine Mother? Everything that you have is given by her. You sit, you lit the diya, lamp, you give the boga, arati, everything. It's still given by her. So, even if you do a small mistake here and there, that's fine. You would not think of the perfect way for the small child. Oh, you're not supposed to do that way. That is not perfect. You wouldn't care. Same thing with the mother. She doesn't ask for the perfect holding of the japamala, doing. No, can just sit in her dhyana and get lost in her eternal bliss. These initial phases are very important when you approach Ma Kali, because you don't become a Shakta just by praying to Devi. It's not that simple. It is simple, but it's not just that thing alone. It's not that straightforward. Why? Because what happens is, when you're not completely honest, the innocence and the love, these three are the only things she asks. My guru often says, my guru and my paramaguru, Devi is a beggar for love, and you are beggar for Devi. Perfect mutual symbiotic relationship. This is all fine. Now, a lot of people run behind Dikshas and getting the Bija mantra of Ma. If you don't, some people still do it. That's absolutely fine, because they are in their own Kala Chakra, the phase. We never know. If you're running behind Ma, know this. This could definitely not your first birth on the path of Ma. That is for sure. Anyways, coming back. So, why is this phase important? Because When you go through this phase, she will teach you womanhood. She will teach you motherhood. She will teach you about yoni, the para yoni. And when that happens, and when you finally learn, you see Devi in every woman around you. And she will make sure there would be a lot of women in your life, especially women who are going through uh, like a broken marriage, very hard life, trying to bring up their children on their own, who are basically burning their karma, but they're very strong and independent. They would just want to be a part, they would just want to be in your life, just like that. And they would take care of you. And they will teach you femininity. And when you come from this phase, it helps in a separate manner. Because let's say you've just taken a diksha, you've just taken a bija, and slowly, as you go deeper, your own inner garbhagriha opens up. And when that happens, see, you're praying to a deity who's Digambari. She's absolutely raw. She doesn't have any masks. And when you go to someone like that, you better go without any masks. But if you don't, she will strip off every mask, your deepest dark asuric qualities too. You can pretend that you don't have any, and you can act like I've overcome it, but no, she would rip it apart. Sudden bursts of anger, lust, greed, everything comes out. All the asuric qualities comes out. What then? Then again, you would go and ask questions online, read on Reddit how to control lust, and get answers from other physical beings and get into more trouble. This phase, this is why this phase is important, because she will teach you. She will she will make sure you've learned everything properly. Then comes Diksha and Bija mantras. That is secondary. The primary part is to understand womanhood. That is how you start sadhana of Ma Kali. That is when you truly understand that every yoni is Devi, no exceptions. Jama. So, the main reason for doing this video was there was this one particular individual in my life. I've known him for more than a decade now, and he's like a perfect physical being who indulges in everything, right? So all of a sudden, he called me a couple of days back, and he doesn't know what he doesn't know much about me these days. We haven't been exchanging a lot of information. So he just called me randomly, and then he says, Macha, from the past 2 days, I've been only thinking about Ma Kali. I don't know why. I'm not able to think anything other than her, and I don't even know why I'm telling you. Then I said, I didn't want to give any spiritual advice and all the stuff. I don't do that. Just told him, just follow your heart, brother. Go with it. He asked me one question. Over the course of the 2 days, he researched a lot about Ma and Bhairava and everything that comes Sri Krishna, Shanidev, everything. And he said he knows that detachment's gonna come in, and he's with full of desires. every kind of desire. His that unbridled desire energy, like what want to do some things, many things. So he then said, bro, I want to start her sadhana, but I'm not afraid of her, like what the rest of the crowd is afraid of, that, oh, if I do something, she would punish me. No, I'm not afraid in that aspect. I'm afraid uh, of becoming detached with all my desires, because I want to live all the desires. I do not want to get detached. I am afraid of losing myself. I'm afraid of losing my identity. He wants to jump. So, because, see, sadhana is like you are at the cliff. You are there because you didn't choose to be there. She chose you to be there. Point number one. A lot of people don't realize this. And when the starting of sadhana is jumping from the cliff, and the divine mother would be at the abyss waiting for you, and she'll catch you. See, you can either completely trust in her and then just jump and go, and she will catch you. All good. Or when you're in doubt, you try to hold on to the trees on the way, you get hurt, and even then she would catch you at the end. Both the cases, she's going to catch you. You need to decide: are you going to trust in completely and then take a leap, or with doubts you will have some other karmic settings? You would still end up at her if she chose you. There is no way out. So I told him, uh, see, let's say, let's consider a frog, an amphibian. The frog had been in a particular well from its birth, and she loves to be there because it became her comfort zone. And no matter how dirty the water gets, no matter what kind of dust or anything is thrown into the well, the frog would always, it would love to be there. It rejects the idea that there is life outside the well. She, frog is afraid to go out. I told him, see, nobody is asking you to go out and go there and forever, that you'd be stuck outside of the well. The frog can choose to go outside the well. So I was an atheist first, and he was an atheist too, I know. Uh, so I strongly believe in experiencing it myself than trusting. I wouldn't trust another person's word directly without experiencing it. So experience it first. And if it doesn't make sense to you, you can always go back to your well. She gives you that freedom. She gives you that free will to choose. So what is there to be afraid of? I'm not really into astrology, and I don't know a lot of things, and a lot of CV people would understand. We don't check our astrological charts because once Bhairava takes control of your life, all your astral charts, placements, nothing matters. He takes control over everything. Okay, so, but it's just for knowledge purpose. So one of my other friend, he told me a thing, and I found it really interesting, and I wanted to share it. Bhairava is embodiment of, we know Ketu, right? Ketu is a Smashanic warrior. Ketu generally represents detachment, and we know Mars. Mars is a warrior, like warrior of battlefield, the courage. So Bhairava here kind of like we need to understand their tattva a little bit. They're far above all these astrological planets for our mere understanding. Is Ketu plus Mars. Bhairava has no desire for anything. He's completely detached with everything. But Bhairava is courage, righteousness. Detached, when you're completely detached and you don't care about the final, no matter what happens, you get immense courage and you would not stop at anything. You would walk straight. Your path will be straight, no shortcuts. Detachment, Bhairava. Now coming to Ma Adya is she holds the head in her hand, represents Rahu. And who is the lead planet of Ma Kali? None other than Shanishwara. So Rahu here completely represents indulgence. Ma would love to indulge in everything. She loves Boga, Bogada, Boga Priya. When we know what happens here is Rahu has a speed. What is the speed of Rahu? Speed of the thought, faster than light. And Shani Dev represents discipline. Rahu could represent many multifaceted desires, indulgences. And Shani Dev will make sure you're on the right path. Imagine Shani Dev has the speed of Rahu. Boom! You touch it something, boom! You indulge and you come out. More boga, more boga, more boga. I don't know. I think I'm done for today. Bhairava Kalike, Namastata. Jai Mandi.